everybody, it's Colin here. Welcome back to my channel. And I probably talked about this like briefly in my last video, but I did want to make kind of a full-length video about it. But it's basically just how do I word this? Why do we care about the price? Well, I'm not caring. Why do some people care about the price of stuff that they don't need to where like they get mad enough to comment about it? I probably talked about this in my Birkin video where it's like people, I probably said this, I can't remember, but a lot of people think Birkins cost $30,000. They do if you buy them from a resale shop, but they don't if you buy them at the actual Hermes store. They're about $12,000, but obviously both very, very expensive for a purse, but like the people that are like actually outraged about it, I think my point probably in the last video was like, obviously if you buy something from Hermes, it's going to be expensive because it has the name Hermes on it, which is still a good point. But it's like, why are we mad about a purse we weren't buying? Like we weren't buying that, and that's okay, but it's like I don't really understand to like comment outrage. A purse didn't cost over $100. Probably not, but they do. Some of them do. Not all, most don't. Actually, most don't. Most purses you can find under $100, and even a good leather purse. Like I mean, you might have to go over $100, but you could find a good leather purse for a lot cheaper than $12,000. A lot cheaper than $30,000. But at the end of the day, you don't need a Birkin. You don't need a Kelly. Why do we care that people are even spending? I mean, if you want to like be outraged, you know, this is kind of a different topic, but if you want to be outraged about, you know, rich people shouldn't be spending their money on purses, it should be giving it back to, you know, charity or whatever. I mean, that's a fair enough point you could make, but you as an individual who was not buying a purse for $12,000 or $30,000, why are we mad that there are purses that cost that much? You know, if you make something, you can price it for whatever price you want. And that's pretty much like kind of my point as well. Like you don't have to buy it, and maybe if nobody buys it, they will lower their prices anyway. But what kind of inspired me to make this video just now is that I saw this video on TikTok of this brand. I'm not sure if they resell dresses or they're having them made, but I want to say they're vintage dresses. They're reselling. I'm not really sure, but they made a little promotional video where it was like two girls looking through their storefront, seeing two dresses in the window, going inside, trying them on, you know, dancing around, whatever. Like that was the video. I go to the comments. This girl comments, $600 plus for a dress is crazy. And somebody replied, I can't remember what the reply was, but just being like, it wasn't anybody from the brand, but it was just, you know, somebody separate being like, I can't remember what, but it was just like, oh, the dresses are really pretty. I can't remember what she said at all, honestly. But basically, you know, she was defending the brand for charging that much. And, the original commenter said something like, okay, but I'm just saying $600 is really crazy and not in most people's budgets, but you can live your life or whatever you want. It's something like that. And it's like, sister, you don't need this dress. You don't need this dress. This is my point. It's like, I don't see the point of complaining about a dress you weren't probably going to buy unless it was super, super cheap, which like, I mean, fair enough. You can find a super, and they were very, very pretty dresses. They weren't like prom dresses, like how you would imagine like a modern day prom dress, but they were dresses, yes, you could wear to prom, you could wear to a very special nice event, but yeah, they were like 2000s, like Y2K, like style dresses, at least the ones that they tried on in the video. The one that I can remember, it was both of the girls had them on, like, so I guess they had two of the same dress, or maybe they have more, so that's why I'm like, I don't know if you are reselling these dresses or you're having them made or not, but they were kind of like a light green, light yellow, and then like hot pink at the bottom, kind of a chiffon fabric, like kind of ruffled at the end, is like an asymmetrical like ruffle hem at the bottom, had some beading on it. Maybe it was kind of like a, not tie-dye, but like that's kind of like how the colors looked. I don't know how to describe it, but I think it might have came with like a little scarf thing too. It was a very, very gorgeous dress. I don't think I'm doing a good job of describing it, but it was a gorgeous dress. Definitely something to wear. If you saw that brand new in a store, it's not gonna be a little Would it be $30? I mean, what are you talking about? I mean, it wouldn't be $30. It wouldn't be. I mean, really, it was a gorgeous dress. I wouldn't even be mad if they was charging $1,000 for it, honestly, and that's just my opinion. Other people might disagree. I don't know if it was, especially if it was silk. I don't know if it was or not. It could have been just, polyester chiffon. Still a gorgeous dress regardless. I mean, it had lining underneath anyway, so it's not like you would have gotten like the breathability of the I might be getting a little too technical here, but okay. okay, let me show. Whether it was silk or whether it was polyester, whatever, it was it looked well made, it looked good quality. Very, very gorgeous. Obviously that, anybody could see this dress, and I feel confident saying that anybody, at least any girl, could see that dress and be like, that dress is really, really pretty. It wasn't just beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It was a gorgeous dress, and all the other dresses they showed in the video were also very, very pretty and very, very 2000s, very much. If you like that type of style, you will like all the dresses they probably have in that store. Yeah, it should have been over $600. I don't know how much. Again, I didn't go to the website to see how much those particular dresses cost, but easily, I would say over $1,000 those dresses could have cost. But again, that is just my opinion. But it's people are well within their rights to have an opinion of, wow, that's a lot of money for a dress. It is a lot of money for a dress. That's why I'm not buying it. I don't need the dresses. I thought they were all very gorgeous. I'm not in the market for that type of dress right now. I'm not going to spend my $600 there. I'm not. But obviously, it's but calling it ridiculous, the pricing that they had a storefront. It was not just, I'm showing off these dresses in my house. I'm showing off these dresses in, my storage unit. Something like that. They had like, a real storefront. They are a real, shop. They have a physical store. So it's clearly somebody's buying these expensive-ass dresses. And that's why they're able to afford that, and why they feel comfortable to keep pricing them like that, which again I think is completely justified. And even if they didn't have a physical store, again, I think you can price stuff however you want. They were pretty dresses. Obviously somebody's paying that much for those dresses, so it's oh, there's a plane, I don't know where it is, but it's I don't really, just the point is though, I don't see the point about complaining about shit you weren't buying anyway. And that isn't a necessity. On top of that, you don't need it. And something else also on TikTok, I haven't seen one of their videos, in a couple weeks, or I don't know when the last time I saw one of their videos, but it's this brand, they're selling carabiners that have some star pattern on it. I don't know how to describe it, but they don't look like normal carabiners. They have a fun design on it, basically. They're a fun, star shape. I don't know. And they're $15, which I honestly don't really think is that bad. I had never bought a carabiner before in my life, so I can't imagine they're that much, but I don't know how much they are. But let's say, for this example, they're $5. The normal ones you buy at, Home Depot probably. People in the comments, I've seen maybe, 2 of their videos. People in the comments are not happy about their little $15 price tag for those carabiners. You don't need it, though. That is my point. You don't need it. I think it's a fair, again, I don't know how much they cost normally, and, I don't care about this type of stuff, so it's I think that's a fair price, honestly, I do. And I'm not even just, I said the last one was a fair price, too, but this one, I'm it's a fun design, and it's not even $20, I don't know, again, I'm not buying it because I don't need this stuff, it's not my style, even, I don't want this, but I'm $15, I don't think that's a bad price for what they're selling here. But people in the comments are really, really mad about it. Every time, a bunch of comments, I was just scrolling down every time I see one of their videos. People are all $15 is crazy. What are you talking about? And it's just dog, you don't need it. Obviously, nobody needs this carabiner. Again, and if you want to be outraged about shit, go to Las Vegas and be mad about how much they charge for a fucking water bottle, okay? That's stuff where we should be mad about, actual fucking necessities. If you want to be mad at thrift stores for upping the price, because, they do really good for, people who don't have a lot of money, be mad at that. Be mad at how much they charge for a water bottle in Las Vegas. Be mad at how much they charge for an Auntie Anne pretzel in Las Vegas. It's fucking $10. I'm not even joking. Be mad about stuff like that to where it's this should not cost that much. Be mad at how much it costs to buy food at a carnival or the airport, or where else? I had something else, or I guess this is a carnival, but the rodeo, be an amusement park. You should be mad and outraged. All this outrage you're giving to shit that you don't need. You don't need a carabiner that like has a star design on it. You don't need a pretty type prom dress. Believe it or not, especially if you're not even going to prom or something like that. I mean, obviously, you can wear these for other events as well, those dresses, but you don't need that dress. You can find, pretty dresses are not hard to come by. You can find a pretty dress at the thrift store. You can find one on Depop for a lot cheaper, Poshmark, wherever. Even a fast fashion. I mean, Forever 21 going out of business. Go on their website. You can find a pretty, gets the job done dress on there. Like Plato's Closet. Like, I mean, come on. We have options here. Why are we complaining about the people that you don't have to buy from? Like, for a dress you don't need. Like, what? But all of this outrage, yes, going towards shit that nobody actually fucking needs. Put this outrage for shit that is an actual necessity. So, yes. Food at the carnival, at an amusement park, at the airport, in Las Vegas. For gas, even I'll even throw in gas. For housing, for schooling. We should be, well, again, I'm not really complaining about that shit, but if y'all want to be outraged about how much something costs, let's move it there. Let's move it to actual avenues that could like make or break a person's life, that are actual fucking necessities and not just random shit you see on fucking TikTok. Like, there are some things, yes, I do see stuff where, yes, I do disagree with the price, where I'm like, I don't think that should cost that much. Absolutely. There was, what was she selling? I think it was like I want to say it was this woman, also on TikTok, selling under eye masks that had like diamonds on them, or at least rhinestones. I'm not sure if they were real diamonds or not. Probably not, but I don't know. But she was selling those for like $1,000. I don't know, and I think that was the real price, because people were commenting about it, being like, "What do you mean it's $1,000 or however much?" Like, it was over $1,000. I'm not joking. And she was like defending it. But like when I clicked her TikTok shop link, I wasn't gonna buy it regardless of how much it cost. But I just wanted to see, is this really $1,000? And it was when I clicked on it. So I do see that some people, I've never bought anything off TikTok shop, but when I do click their shop links, sometimes people like raise the price a lot if something's out of stock, so that people won't buy it. I'm not sure if that's what's happening there, but I was like, sister, like, that's insane. But I have no idea. But another example of this, now this was when I was like 15 or 16, when Depop still had the comments on. Look, I'm 21 now. I don't give a fuck about this stuff anymore. I would never do this today. I don't care enough. But if you know the shoes I'm talking about, it's the Demonia's camel boot shoes that have like the fur trim. If you know, you know. If you don't, you can try to look up the shoes. But yeah, they're like platform boots that go up to like right under the knee. They have fur trim, like a lace-up boot detail. They're very pretty. They were very popular in like 2020, 2021. And, or maybe I was a little older when this happened. I can't remember. But, if you bought them for the website, they were $100. This girl on Depop was selling them for $400, I think. And the Depop still had comments on, so I commented being all like, you're fucking insane with this price. Like, these do not cost as much. Like, I was very much like, you shouldn't be selling stuff for more than you bought it for, like, brand new. Like, I don't know. But I was just like, why are these so much? So, like, we got to a little argument in the comments. She ended up blocking me. Okay, whatever. But obviously, again, now it's like, who cares? I don't care. And I will say about these particular shoes, I have them now. So, it's not even, I want these shoes and I can't buy them because they're $400. It's just like, I don't care. Like, who cares? But it's just like, I'll give myself a pass because I was a child then, and like, I had less stuff I was thinking about, I guess. I don't know, or I just cared more about that. But it's like, dog, like, I don't care if somebody wants to sell those fucking shoes for $1,000. I think it's ridiculous. Even if I didn't have the shoes, would I buy it? Absolutely fucking not. But it's like, who cares? who actually cares. And sometimes, actually often when I look up Louboutins, some people charge for their used Louboutins. If the bottom is worn, they really, especially like really worn, they should not be over $400, and that's generous. Really, I would say over like $350. They shouldn't be over $350. But somebody's selling their used fucking Louboutins for like nearly retail price. I'm like, obviously I'm not fucking buying it. It's like, I guess, like, obviously I'm not buying it, so it's like I don't really care. And if I really really wanted them, because there are a couple pairs, yes, I really want that, it's like I would, but it's like I would pay more if they were the only ones I could find that were in my size, and I had the money for it, and I was pocketbook ready. I mean, I would send an offer, but I'm not gonna be sitting there like, they want $1,000 for these shoes that are used, but they're the only people selling them. It's like, okay, either send an offer, but just buy it outright, or keep fucking scrolling. It's like, I don't care. Like, it's like, please find something else to worry about. And I don't think all the people that complain about this shit are children. Maybe it is, but it's like, I mean, if they are actual children, like, I'll give them a pass. But it's like, if y'all like actually have a fucking job, like even a pet to take care of, let alone kids, a husband or a wife, like y'all have a family, and you're complaining about a dress or a carabiner or shoes you don't actually fucking need, I promise, like, you got to get a hobby. Like, you actually have to find something else to do, because it's like, the world does not need to be tailored to what you can afford. Newsflash, and it's not going to be. It's not going to be, and that's completely fine. It's completely fine. It's just what it is. Sometimes you're not gonna be able to afford shit that you want. Either save the fuck up, if it's on, a site like, Depop, Poshmark, eBay, whatever, where you can't send an offer, send a fucking offer. Or be like, damn, I really want that, I'm gonna buy that one day, keep fucking scrolling. That's all you gotta do. But like, I really don't understand the idea of going into somebody's comments and complaining about something that you probably weren't even gonna buy, even if it was cheaper. You probably weren't gonna buy it. Be honest with yourself. You probably weren't gonna buy it anyway. So I don't get it. But yeah, basically, I don't know, I'm pretty much done now. But again, if we're gonna be mad about stuff, be mad about how much food costs at airports. Be mad about amusement parks. Be mad about how much it costs to buy a house, or how to pay for, and a lot of people are mad about how much rent costs. Ooh, it got windy. But yeah, that's stuff where it's like, I'm not going to be mad at you complaining about that. That makes sense for you to be outraged about that. Or like, I saw this woman make a video about like her student loans had increased from like 26,000 to like 90,000. I don't know how that happened, but I think she explained it in the video, but like, I don't know enough about that. But I was like, yeah, she was outraged in the video, and I was like, that is very, very much valid to be outraged about that. Like, yes, be outraged about that. Talk about that. Be mad about that. Speak out on that. Going into somebody's comments of a carabiner and being mad that it's $15, I think you need to find a job. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think you need to find a hobby. I think you need something else to do. But that's basically it. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon if you want to see any more videos from my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.